Amplify Science, Plate Motion Unit, Chapter 3, Lesson 3.2, A Continental Puzzle. Lesson opens with warm-up. In step 1, you're asked 2 questions, one to select and one that is written response. Once you've done that, hand it in. The teacher-led discussion, there's 2 questions about how plates move in the past and how that also might relate to understanding the Mesosaurus fossil situation. We're going to enter into a couple articles of reading in this lesson, and they want to make sure you keep that in the forefront of your mind, because that is really the purpose of the unit and the lesson, to gather more evidence to explain what's happening with the Mesosaurus fossils. Once we've established that, we dive into the active reading, which we've done any time we encounter articles in Amplify. We are using close reading techniques. So we'll open the article using the link. We will adhere to the guidelines. They are the same every time we actively read, about having clear thinking, interacting with the text by highlighting and note-taking. Keep in mind that at the end of this unit, you have not only a written argument, but a verbal argument. And you want to keep as much evidence and resources available to you ready to go when you do that to help you. Don't try to do this entire unit by memory. So these annotations will play an important role in lessons to come very soon. When we take a look at the article, it is a few paragraphs about Alfred Wegener, a German scientist who was the first to propose, in large scale anyway, this idea that plates might be moving. And we know it as the plate tectonics theory or the continental drift theory. And it goes through, and if you've ever heard of Pangea, that's where this kind of introduces to you for the first time. So read through that, gather up any evidence that might help you better understand plate motion and how it relates to the Mesosaurus fossils. In step 4, once you've completed that reading, there's a chance to discuss with those around you. They always encourage you to use hashtags. The 3 they suggest are share, discussed, and present, but you can choose your own. Just like Twitter or anywhere else in social media, hashtags are just a way to track and organize our thinking. There are 2 screens here. Make sure you move on to the next screen where you reflect on your annotations and you respond to the multiple choice question below, and you hand that in. So step 1 needed something handed in. Step 4 needs something handed in. Now, when we get to the final step, step 5, there are 2 steps. The first thing you need to do as you read through the instructions is click on the sorting tool link of Earth's history. And we're going to be presented with a timeline. So 0 on the right is now, and then we're working in years ago. Think of them as negative numbers. And so we're going to drag and drop these squares where they go on the timeline. So I've reset mine, and you're just going to drag and drop these where you believe they go. And once you've done that, you're going to want to hit hand in the upper left. And what will happen once you do that is underneath the article Steno the Shark, there will be a screenshot of your work. If there's no screenshot here, you haven't completed the timeline and clicked hand in. But once it's there, you can then refer in the article about Steno the Shark and these tongue rocks. And then there's a couple questions on the side. And once you've completed those and shown your understanding of the lesson's main key points, hit hand in, and you're done.